Hey guys, welcome back to the Truthandtalespodcast with your favorite host, Victoria and
Yummy.
Yay! Welcome back, guys. Yes, I know we've been gone for a minute, but we are back like we never left, okay? And we're here as usual with a very interesting topic to talk to you guys about. But before we get into that, remember that we have our personal channels linked below. We also have we're also available on all of your podcast platforms. Make sure that you check the description box below for everything you need to know about us. If you have your truth or your tales that you want to ask us, questions you want us to discuss, please send us an email. Our details is on the is in the it's in the description box below. My I don't know what's going on with me today.
Somewhere down there.
Anyway, somewhere down there, hey, you'll find it in the description box below. If you have not liked this video, make sure that you do that before the end of this video. You should do it now, okay? If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, you are so wrong. Subscribe to this channel so that you'll be notified whenever we go or whenever we upload a new video, okay? Anyways, thank you guys so very much for joining us. So Yemi, what exactly are we talking about today?
Yes. Thank you guys for coming back. So today we have a tale. You guys know, drop your comments in the comment section, join the conversation.
Yeah.
All right. So she says, good evening. My husband will always go out without telling me where he is going, even at midnight. He will go out and not tell me, and it pains me a lot. So recently, I started going out without telling him. Not like far from home, maybe downstairs or, just go out. Please, ladies, hope I'm not causing more trouble for myself. He is angry about it. So she's seeking advice on what to do. Her husband likes going out. He doesn't like giving details of where he's going to. He doesn't share his whereabouts. And she decided that, you know what? I'm going to give you back
Who can play the
game? Who is the winner in this situation? If you think you can go out
Who can play
and not tell us where you're going, I can also do the same. And she stepped out.
Yeah.
And even if it's just downstairs, just go out to get some air as well and not say. And it's beginning to make the husband angry, but it's the same thing that he's dishing out to. It's the same thing he's dishing out, but it's beginning to make him angry, and she feels like, is she causing more trouble than actually resolving the issue at hand? So let us know what you guys think. Today we're just going to be talking about 50-50 in marriage, in terms of do me, I do you. Do me, I do
Man, no
you.
go vest.
So if you this one blow hot, is
Yeah.
it okay to blow hot in that same vein? If they do this, you give it to them back, don't let it grow cold. So what do you guys think about do me, I do you in a marriage, in a relationship as well? You do this, I do you the same.
Yeah.
Let's see who will win. What do you guys think? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So Victoria, what do you have to say about this?
Well,
Oh
talking
God.
about do me, I do you.
Yeah.
In marriage or in relationship, I think that personally, I don't believe in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Even the Bible says that we should not be, don't be doing, if they slap in the cheek, turn the other one, right? But when it comes to marriage, I know it can be very dicey. I don't think that should be the first thing that we should we should do, right? But I think that there are some people, or there are certain cases, okay, let me put it like that. There are certain cases where it might be necessary. There are cases where maybe you've tried to speak to the man, you've tried to, you've tried to communicate what your issue is. My problem with this lady is there is no time that she has spoken to him about it. Did she say she did?
She didn't really mention that she did, but she said it pains her a lot. Maybe she has tried to talk to him about it, but yeah, she didn't really specify.
Or not, because I won't be surprised if she hasn't. Because you see, a lot of us as women sometimes, and I know because even me, I have that trait where, we always assume that men should know what ticks us. You see, because one thing you need to understand is this person has lived his life as a bachelor, as a single person for a long time. They have their ways of doing things. Even I have my own ways of doing things that does not involve you. I don't ask for permission before going out. I remember me and my husband, when we were dating, at a point, and I remember then I'll come to Abuja to visit him, and my husband is a person that when he wants to go out, he has planned his time. He wants to quickly go and come back. But me, I'm a person, I always feel bad because especially because I know we are only together for a short period of time. I'll go back home and all of that. I believe that we should spend every time together. But then when he's going out, it doesn't, and I believe in, ask me to go with you, okay? Ask me to, let's go together, let's go and buy pure water together, let's go and do this, let's just
maximize
go
the time.
out, let us spend, let's maximize the time that we have, let's spend as much time together as we could. But my husband does not, because he likes to, hurry, go and come back. That is who he is, right? And I remember this particular, he has been doing it for a while, and it upsets me, but I didn't say anything because I thought that he should know that, in my mind, this is me in my head talking about, we don't have enough time together, we should be, maximizing time. So I'll be carrying face, I'll be giving him attitude, but he doesn't even know that that's what was, what was the problem for me? Until one night that he was going to buy pure water, and he was like, hey, babe, I want to go. No, I think he was going to get something. And then he was like, he's going to a store to get something, and he's coming back. And I'm like, so you cannot ask me to go with you? And that came out of nowhere because I have not had that conversation with him before. So you see what I'm talking about, that sometimes there are things, and I know that, going out late at night, it seems like common sense to a lot of people. But especially if you just got married, you need to know that you need to set ground rules. There are a lot of things that people assume when they enter into marriage. Like I was hearing of a lady was talking about, she getting into marriage and the guy assuming that she'll be the one washing his clothes and washing his, underwears and everything. And she cannot understand why a full-grown adult will expect her to be the one to clean up after him and all of that. Because the man comes from a different part of the world or grew up in a different home where the wife is the one. Like me, I grew up in a home where my mother was the one that washed my dad's clothes, underwears, everything. But I knew that that's not my calling in life, right? But I also knew that these are things that we need to have a conversation about, right? So we had to have those conversations. We need to talk about, okay, what, in short, for me, I don't even think we're going to talk about washing. My husband likes to do his own stuff. He doesn't even allow me to touch his stuff, which is okay by me. So what I'm trying to say is that, many people go into marriage with assumptions of, how we are going to live. And the man also might feel like, oh, maybe they've even had a conversation of, oh, I don't want us to choke each other in marriage. We have this conversation. It is sweet in theory. But then when it comes to practicality, you realize that the things you consider choke is different from what he considers choking, right? So yes, I know that it is common sense that, when he's going out, he should let you know, because God forbid anything happens to you. How will I, because I also had that problem, to be honest. When I just got married, I would go out and I won't tell my husband where I'm going. Of course, let me rephrase. When we are fighting, when we are fighting, because every time he knows, when we are fighting, I will leave the house, maybe to go to the market or whatever. Of course, I must have said it in the past so that he kind of knows where I'm going. But when we are upset or when we are fighting with each other in the house, I would leave without telling him. And that thing used to make my husband so mad, right? And then I remember the first day it happened, he comments like, this can never happen again. God forbid anything happens to you. Where will I tell them that you went to? And all of that. So, and I remember I still did it again as the stubborn wife that I can be, and then we still had that conversation until the point I realized that, okay, this is not okay. I need to let him know, even if we are, having arguments. But for me, I believe that, that I'm going somewhere. That I cannot just walk aimlessly. If I'm going, you understand that, but you see, that is the idea of communication. I think that's the only problem I have with this lady, that she has not said anything about, we had this conversation before. However, there are situations that necessitate that, where you've spoken about it, you've told the guy, hey, listen, I don't like this, I don't like that, and he decides to continue. That has happened in my marriage, in my relationship, not my marriage, when we're dating, where he was doing certain things and I told him, I don't like this, and he couldn't see reasons with why, because he felt maybe I was being overly sensitive or something, until I started to do it back, and then he realized how much it can hurt, and then we balance each other out. So yes, there are situations that necessitates that, but God forbid your husband is cheating and then you want to cheat so that you will show him. No, there are some battles that does not need that. You get that? So that is my issue with do me, I do you. In do me, I do you is never the solution. But I know that there are certain situations that might necessitate it based on the personality of your partner, right? But I don't know. You, have you been doing do me, I do you?
From the look of my face, you should know that me, I will do you, I do you.
Oh my gosh.
From the look of my face, you know that me, I mean. All jokes aside. But yeah, I like what you said about, sometimes we don't even communicate those things and we just act it out. I think that's kind of like my own person as well. So there were certain things that I didn't like, not necessarily going out and not telling, that I'm going out, I'm going to this place, and naturally, because I'm the kind of person that I don't want it to choke me. I want to freely go out. I want to do all those things, but not midnight too. But I want to be able to go out with my friends, and I will just tell you, oh, I'm going out with my friends. I don't have to say I'm going out with this person or that person in that much details. I don't want all those. Why are you going out? When are you coming back? When are you? I will just probably say I'm going out with my friends. All right, see you later. Hey, bye bye. Do you need me to drop? Can you drop things like that? Basic information that you'll be aware. But those, the way some people will write it down. If you don't see me at so time, call
Write
this number.
letter.
All those kind of things. Not to that extent. And fortunately, I don't think my husband is the kind of person that he doesn't really hang out that much. Like every time he would hang out, we probably would go together, or maybe he wants to take a stroll. It wasn't really that. It's me that like all these outfit kind of things. So he's very comfortable in his own house. Now, have there been cases where he did some things that I did not like? That naturally, even with my friends, I remember that I think I mentioned it before that my friends used to say one thing they don't like about me is that I don't used to forgive. When you do something to me, right, and you just do it once, and I wouldn't even tell you like seriously. I'll just say casually, oh, what you did, I don't like it, and you disregard what I said, I will do it back to you. That's it. I would do it back to you. And when I do it back,
be taking notes.
when I do it back to you, you'll be like, when you're not angry, I'm like, oh, you're angry? But you did it 3 days ago.
Pay you?
It pay you? And they'll be like, so they were always like, I don't
God.
forgive, and and things like that. But that was just, I had this belief, and I still have that belief, to be honest, that actions speak louder than voice. I'm an act of service. Let's say act of service is my love language. Like, you don't need to tell me I love you. You don't need to tell me thank you. I should see it. So if you're doing something too, and you're telling me that means you're lying, in my own opinion. And so for you to tell the truth, for that lie, that lie that you're lying, you need to have consequences. I genuinely believe that people hardly change if they don't.
No, but then you said you also mentioned that you give the person a benefit. You first of all let them know that, hey, this thing you're doing, I don't like.
Yes, I will do that. But it's sometimes to be fair with the people around me, sometimes I say it in a way that you don't think that she means it. Like, because I'm very playful and very casual. You do that thing and it really, really annoy me and really, really upsets me. And I'm saying it to you like, Joma, please don't do that thing again, no. But me, I'm boiling inside. And the person is like, the way you communicate it is not clear, whether you're joking or. So sometimes I just communicate, because me, I feel like every conversation does not have to be serious. Like, I'm not it's not serious in that sense. But at the same time, it might hurt me, and I feel like, okay, once I say it, you should hear it. Because one thing I do not like is, and before I communicate things, I like to do it in the right timing. That was also one of my issues. I remember that was something that my husband did one time during like our naming, during my son's Daniel's naming, my first child's naming. And during that period, he did something that I really did not like. And I told my friends, and I was like, this thing is annoying me. And they're like, tell him now. And I was like, yes, I really want to tell him. But I don't want to tell him when, because that's the way I don't want to tell him when the thing is not sinking. Because I don't need you to tell me sorry. That's not why I'm telling you. I need you not to do it again. So when I'm voicing out something that is annoying me or it hurts me, I don't need you to apologize. I don't need you to tell me story. I don't need to tell me that was none of my business. Don't do it again. That's why. So I always feel like when I tell you things when you are likely not to take action, it doesn't make any sense. I'm wasting my words. I really do not like confrontation. I don't know personally. So I always sometimes wait till I get that time that I feel like, yes, we can have this conversation. But then in the meantime, I'm still hungry. It's not like I'm not angry. So it's possible that in the meantime, an opportunity comes. For example, if I ask my husband to help me do something and he doesn't do it, I will catch him. Say, help me to do this thing. And he used to call me terrorist when we sit there. You offended.
Oh,
There was one offense, like he offended me. He said something like he was just talking, and he's the one that gets angry, say what is on his mind, and forget about it. Feels like that's done. And he was just
It's
talking,
like my
talking,
husband too.
talking. I was like, see talker. I was like, okay, well done. All right. I said, all right. I didn't say anything. That evening, normally we used to chat. I used to give him gist. That evening, I just say good night. The next morning, good morning. Have a nice day. Yeah. Whatever he likes to say, I will not reply. In the night, I will say good night.
Have we discussed silent? I think we need to talk about silent treatment.
I will just say
one
good
of
night.
these days.
And you'll be like, did you not see all the things? That first day, he thought it was still like drama.
Yeah.
The next day, I started again. Good morning, have a nice day. In the night again, good night. Everything is set. No, it was by the third day he realized that, wait, it's like something is wrong somewhere. And it was not like, I was like, something's happening. Really? Shibi, you can talk, right? You have words you can talk. Continue talking. When you understand the importance of silence.
My brother is trying.
When you understand the importance of silence, you will learn how to continue with it. And it was just like, where is the beginning of this vex? And I told you like 3 days ago when you said it.
Oh my God.
I said when you said I was like, no, I said no need to apologize. Don't apologize. Just don't try that again. And if he tries it again, another system, like I remember one time my husband, we're still dating. Oh God, we're still dating, and he asked me to like make some food for him and this because he traveled, he was coming back, his mom was not around. Make some kind of food for him. I did, and then he asked me again to help him go to the market to get some things, and then he was telling me specifically which market he wants me to go, exactly which place, which kind of this thing. I was like, hey, this young man, you must think. It's like you must think I'm an ass girl. I didn't say anything. I brought all those things. I brought it. And I said, nice, well done. I should help him cook this stew. I did not say anything. I cooked the stew. I put salt inside.
Yeah, me.
I cooked the stew. I put salt inside it. Meanwhile, when I got to the person that I was going to buy the meat from, I told them, because I was asking me to look for the part of the meat that had biscuit bone and things like that. He was just talking, doing like somebody like sending wife. We're dating, sending wife on errand. I was just talking, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, maybe it's me you think you want to be testing. It's me you want to be doing all those testing, wife testing.
Oh my God.
No problem. I will just say, okay. And I went to the meat seller. I told him to give me bone. The part of the meat that have bone, strong bone. I bought it. And I put the stew. I put salt. Stew was a bit salty. He was feeling fine. Boiled rice, fried plantain. Plantain was even nice. I don't even misbehave that one. Put one spoon.
You didn't misbehave on plantain.
Put one spoon in his mouth like this. He said, this thing is a bit salty. I said, it is. You carry the meat. Say, this meat is full of bone. I said, but you can give this, you can give other. You don't know where they're selling it, that you're telling me to be buying the one with me. It was like, I should have told her. I said, me, normally I don't go to that market that he's telling me to go to. Because you have customer there. I was like, but I should have said, Oga, I beg, don't send me work. I don't say anything. That's next time, he never asked me to, in fact, he never asked me to buy anybody. Neither did he talk about anything I give, I appreciate, we thank you. So me, back in the day when violence was a thing, I don't be.
Thank God for salvation of your soul.
Thank God for the gift of it. There are some things we have dropped because of what now. Yeah. It doesn't pay. But I remember that actions speak louder. That was my mantra. If you say you genuinely,
and it is still your mantra.
It's still my mantra. It's just that now we are picking our bats. We are picking our bats. But the thing is, I genuinely believe that if you say that you like somebody or you are interested in this person, you're doing life with this person, now behave yourself. Let your actions reflect what you're saying. Like you said, it's common sense for somebody to go out and just tell the person inside, not necessarily because they need to ask you, where are you going? I don't need to probe you, where are you going, when are you coming back? I don't need to probe you. It's just common sense, like you said that. And genuinely some people may not know, which I understand, but if you meet somebody like me, which action louder than voice, they might have to teach you 1 or 2 lessons. Am I saying that is good? No, I'm just saying that there are some people that have strong heads that want
Yeah,
to
you see
do.
what I get from your story
Yeah.
or your analogy and the situation of your life is that understanding your spouse, and I wrote it down, like understanding your spouse. We always talk about love language. We also talk about apology language and communication language, right? It differs. There are some people that you need to have a conversation with them at certain times of the day. Like my husband, I know when to talk to him to get his attention. I know that when we are having certain conversation, I know everything I'm saying is entering one ear and leaving the other ear. Sometimes I know when we are talking and he's arguing with me, not because he thinks I'm wrong, but because he wants to make his point. I know those things now, right? So because I understand him, I know how to deal with him, right? Like you were saying, like what my husband wants to know, who are you going out, who are the people that will, not of course not everybody that will be there, but at
Yeah,
least
major
who do
people.
who do I know, who can I
Yeah.
call, who is the person that is responsible for you where you are going. Because when, if God forbid anything happen, they will ask me, who do I know that you are here? So he wants to know certain situations, and when it gets to certain time I'm not home, he will call me. Oga, what happened? You want to sleep outside? What's going on? Is there a situation going on? You understand? Also because of we're in Nigeria, right? And safety, security, it's ridiculous. So I could see reasons with him, right? And that was what made me adjust. Okay. And also when it comes to the way I talk to him, the way, like the thing you did with your husband, it cannot work with my, no, 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 it can't. What all you're looking for is war. You see, the person I marry, he will war it with you. My husband does not like silent treatment. If you give him silence, he will silence you. The two of us should be silencing ourselves in the house. You understand? Most times, right? He will talk to you. He will tell you what he wants to tell. If you like, answer. If you like, don't answer him. He will tell you when you are ready, when you calm down. If you want to have a conversation, then let us talk. You get that? So it depends on the kind of partner you have. It depends on his language, his apology language, his getting to know him, getting to know his traits and everything. There are some people that their husband does not respond to civil communication. My husband he likes to have intellectual conversation. So he's the kind of person that when I want to make my case, I need to bring examples, I need to set instances, I need to reference certain things.
Come
I know
correct.
it sounds like a lot of work, but really it's not, right? If you know the kind of person he is. So when I want to get is that there's something where we actually went on a day to my birthday, which was a few days ago on Sunday. We're talking about something I can't remember what we're arguing about, but I remember that I had my husband. What my husband doesn't like is when, and me, that I'm a very proactive person. My husband also knows that when I have an idea in mind, I start to work on it without talking to him about it. And sometimes I do that even in situations that regards the two of us, right? So there's something that we are both working towards. But because I've had a very stressful past couple of weeks, even if I didn't, to be honest, sometimes I had an idea and I just like, okay, this is what you would do, this is what I would do. And it was like, wait a minute, we have not talked about this, and all of that. And I was like, no, but this is my reason and everything. And he was saying that I'm not arguing with you, but this is my own reason why I don't want us to work. And it became a thing of, at a point I realized that, okay, no, this is not going to work. Okay, I know that he has heard my reason, but what he's really upset about is not what I said. It is the fact that I had not had a conversation with him about it. So I let it go, I let it slide, knowing fully well that we'll get back to it at another time. You understand? So again, if your husband is the person that you try to have conversations with and he does not listen, he doesn't respond to having conversation, but he responds more to actions, then by all means do that, right? So but get to know who you are married to, get to know what works for them, right? And I think that would really save us a lot of headaches.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And just to add context to it, why I grew up with that action minded, like generally with people, with my friends, like I said, it happened with my friends as well. Like if I tell you something and you behave, I will show you. You come back and be telling me rubbish. You will feel it, and when you feel it, you understand how it feels, and that's what I always tell them. Shebi, you have felt it now. Next time you remember not to do it to me again. They don't need to tell you. That's why. That's why. What I always say, and they'll be like, and they were always walking on eggshells when it comes to me and offenses. Like I generally do not get angry easily. Like there are genuinely very few things that you will do to upset me, because I'm like this. life and vibes and let's just get on with it. There are very few things that you will do to me that, but immediately I tell you that, oh, I don't like these things. I expect that this is not what I do on a daily basis. Take it seriously and don't do it again. When you do it again, I'm like, are you whining me? You not hear when I said the last time. I'll be like, okay. You
sure, why me?
Okay. Maybe you don't want to hear words, right? You will hear words, and then
Oh my
but
God.
then I that kind of attitude came from, it was something that I came up with because I'd seen a lot of women talk, and the talk did not get them anywhere around me. And that thing annoys me. I saw it a lot growing up, where you see women at the mercies of their husband, and they'll be like, daddy, what is up? No, our daddy has said, it's not possible. Daddy was like, there's no money. He said there's no. I'm like, I beg, can't you do it? Like, what is it gone? Like, any small thing. He's saying we should not in our house. We can, and daddy can. Oh God, those things annoy me. That it makes me feel like. So, what's the point of your own life? Like, you are not like you genuinely. Husbands will hurt the women. Like, you will see things that you shouldn't accept, but they accept it. Like I saw these women talk and talk and talk, but there wasn't really any response. Like these men were not genuinely changing. They kept doing what they wanted to do, and those women had to adjust their life to that action, to that attitude. It now became a part of them. And that's why you see a lot of malfunction in men's attitude. Women will say, that's the way it is. Don't cheat. Or this. Because they've talked, it's not like genuinely women like it. It's not like they don't want to be the only, but because over time they've talked and talked and talked, it didn't get anywhere. Then they adjust their own self to that attitude and just move on, just for the sake of peace. They adjust their lifestyle. I knew that I wasn't going to adjust for any. I came man no war prepared for any. I'm not going to adjust my life, and for me it then became like for every area. So, as you know, growing up and maturing and understanding life better and learning from life, I realized that it's not everything that you would do. Am I saying that it's not like have I completely gotten rid of do me I do you? But I now know when to apply it and when not to apply it, because I genuinely believe that if you're not heard, you just cannot keep quiet and just be looking like mama. If you're not heard, you're in this marriage too, your opinion matters. And more than anything, if you keep hot, if you keep getting angry, if you keep all those things inside of you, your children are looking at you. Just the way I saw certain people growing up and I became or defensive ahead of time. Your children are also looking at you. There are people looking at your marriage. There are people looking at you. You have younger ones, you have people, and then you keep quiet. And I also believe that anybody can be a good person. Anybody can listen. Anybody can actually change. Anybody can actually make those changes if they like you. For example, this woman is saying her husband goes out, he doesn't tell where he's going to, and he genuinely can say the word that I'm going to this place. It doesn't take anything from him to say, I'm going to this place. But he doesn't feel the need to tell her yet. He doesn't see the importance in telling her yet. And she has been talking and talking. Is it that he's deaf? He's not deaf now. Maybe he's hearing. He can hear. He's not deaf now. He can hear it. But he just has not seen that need to open his mouth and just say, oh, I'll be back. But let's assume she's talking. I'm not sure if this lady is communicating. But so in some cases, they communicate. They say these things. You say it over and over again. But they choose not to take action. They choose not to internalize it. They choose not to understand it until now that the woman is going out too, even if it is just downstairs. The only thing is just make sure that your wakain does not go out of brand. You are going downstairs. Don't from downstairs go to neighbor's compound or neighbor's door and be knocking, I just want to sit with you for a little while. That's when you don't step out of the boundaries. But taking a walk and on and out, or going downstairs and just, even if it is you close the door and stay behind the door for some minutes, let them understand the importance of what you're saying. That's my own point. The essence of the value in what you're saying. Okay, if you go out, you don't see me, how does it make you feel? 2-3 days I've done it, it makes you feel. That's exactly the same way I feel when you don't do these things. Some people need a reason they need that prompt. They just need those cues to make changes. So it's just about applying wisdom. Like you said, knowing your husband, knowing your partner, knowing the kind of person he is, right? And that's why I'm very grateful for the kind of husband I have. Over time, he has learned, and even some things he would do that me, I'm not expecting him to do, and he would just like say, I want to be able to sleep outside, and I would just laugh that. I beg. But for me, I see that, oh yes, he's taking it seriously. Even things that I don't even expect. And over time, I realize that, who am I fighting with in this life? Jay, is this life a war? The person that I'm, doing something for, he listens, he hears. There was no point anymore to carry there was no point anymore, because I understand that, okay, where I'm coming from, what I'm seeing that I want to avoid, it's not exhibiting it, it's listening. In some cases, when you don't listen, we put some pepper into the stew just for extra ginger. I'm just joking. I'm not saying you can salt food, though, but I'm just saying that some people just need cues. They just need to know that this thing that I'm doing hurts my
wrong,
and I just need to change.
Yeah.
It's simple actions that they can take. They just need to take it.
Yes.
And that's it.
So do what works for you. Do what works for your partner. Of course, where communication should always be the first thing. It should always be the first thing in marriage. And, after you've tried communication and it doesn't work, and you think, do me, I do you, maybe that would work. Go ahead by all means, because if you say I will not sleep, you are not gonna sleep, right? Because just like Emi said, some people, they need to know where it pinches for them to be able to make adjustments, right? But again, it depends on the kind of situation. He's going out, is not telling me, it's different from his cheating on me and all of that, and you want to do him back. You will end up hurting yourself, right? Especially if that's not the kind of person that you are. So yeah, just pick your battles, know what works for you, communicate, and then let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. What do you think this lady should do? Do you think she did what is right? Do you think she's overreacting? What would you do in that situation? Let us know in the comment section below. For as many who have been
Are you a man of war person? Are you a man of war?
Are you a war person like Yemi? Okay. Anyways, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please make sure you do so. Make sure you like this video, share this video. You never can tell who this video might help. So thank you guys so very much for watching. Remember, we are also available on all of your podcast platform. If you're a listening person, check the description box below. This audio is already up on our podcast platform. All right, thank you guys so very much for watching. Until we meet again, we still remain your favorite host, Victoria and
Yummy.
Hey, have an amazing week, guys. Bye.